Hello, our friends, Evolutionary Energy Arts family.
Hello, hello, hello.
So, we have done a lot of videos talking about, well, just the fact that humans aren't really running the show on this planet. Not really.
No, not at all. They make an appearance that they make it look like they do.
Yeah, so we've gotten into that, and we've talked about before the pyramid structure, this negative pyramid power structure that exists. So, at the very, very top, from what we could tell, there appears to be some sort of AI that is represented by the form of a black dragon.
Yeah, that's what I'm shown when I look to see who's at the top of this, who's really running the show. They show me like a black dragon, and it's AI ran. Now, that's the way I'm perceiving it. Could it be something different? Sure, but that's what they're showing me in my mind.
Yeah, as far as our guides,
Yes.
of which we have many, dozens and dozens, and there's some that come and there's some that go. There's some that you might know and others that you wouldn't know. But basically, yeah, so you have that at the top, then the Draco, which, do you know, for lack of a better way of describing them, kind of think in between a T-Rex and a velociraptor that's intelligent and vicious.
Oh, extremely, both and both.
Yes. And then we have these other humanoid reptilian hybrids, and which many would know as Anunnaki. Of course, the Anunnaki is a bigger term. It's just kind of like all those that came here from the heavens, so to speak. Of which then we could really get into the fact that hey, there's some really benevolent beings that came here and still do. And but we're talking about the power structure on the planet.
Yeah.
So this planet, in a way, guys, we're behind enemy lines. That's one way of looking at it. I know A. Jones has called this prison planet, and there is a reason for that. And of course, David I. has done so much to expose what's really going on here. And while we don't agree 100% with him on everything, for the most part, he's pretty much right on, in our opinion, in our humble opinion. And yes, he's much better known than we are. Yeah, there is a purpose here, and it's uncovering this power structure. And then below that, you have the very tall grays, which run about 8 to 9 feet tall. They supervise over the little grays, some of which are biological, other ones are partially biological, others of which are completely non-biological.
Yeah, it sounds like you're doing a really good job of explaining that power pyramid. We should also draw a picture sometime.
You draw, I draw stick figures.
Oh, well, I do too. They'll love it.
Okay. And then we also have some beings that might look like they're benevolent, but they are literally captured, and just like what happens in a war. Sometimes, when you take over a territory, you actually get some of those people that were fighting against you that will fight for you if they are given some preferential treatment. So there are some Nordic-looking aliens that look very, very Pleiadian, but they're actually on the payroll of the bad guys.
Yes, indeed.
And they will probably be introduced as being Galactic Federation sometime in the future, but they're not going to be.
Right, that's important to know. They are going to be introduced as the good guys, but it's not.
Yes, and many people have said don't go on those first ships.
Yeah, that's for sure.
So we see here, video appears to show Joe Biden's nose distorted. Yeah, we had talked about that before. And some will come up and say CGI, and you know what? We'll get some, well, basically paid disinfo agents that will always pop up, because that's what they do. And they just will come in and they'll just try to waylay it, especially in the very beginning of when a video comes out. They'll thumbs down it, all about algorithms and keeping things from getting too high. and then they'll make comments, and of course try to get people to just don't look at the videos. What they don't want you looking at these videos. So this was really, really interesting. And some have said, and the other thing that's interesting too is so many of these videos have been removed. You can't get them anymore. Other people have said, it seems like there's a million different JB clones out there because they don't even look alike. Some eyes are blue, some eyes are black as night.
Yeah, it's pretty creepy.
It is creepy. And then we had shown this, and this is the Atlanta mayor, and all this distortion that came out, and he looks really concerned on the left. He's kind of like, okay, how am I going to keep it hidden that there's something going on here? And of course, there's people that come out and say, well, look, guys, I would normally like your channel or whatever, but, here you're just wrong. This is, it's just all to do with the signal. It's not that there's any shape shifting or overlaying or any sort of possession going on. Nothing like that. Even though, the photos in the background look perfect, there doesn't seem to be any distortion there. It's really only her face that distorts. Remember, we talked about the emerald tablets of Thoth and how they said at the very end, they're not going to be able to hold their form. They are not going to be able to hold their form, and then all will be revealed. Because it's the apocalypse, and it means the great unveiling, right?
Yeah, so when they say they're not going to be able to hold their form, is this what they mean?
Yes. That's kind of what I'm thinking is that, well, for one, we're raising up in vibration. Our abilities are getting stronger. And meanwhile, the darker energies and entities, they're not going to be comfortable going up in vibration. And it's going to become obvious, guys. So this is over on Evolutionary Energy Arts. And I did 2 videos, and this one is entitled Something Fishy in the Vatican. What's walking with the cardinals? Alien? Demon? Reptilian? And, some have said, no, it's just a cardinal from Africa, I believe Ethiopia is what they said, who just happens to wear a strange sock puppet head thing. That's all. That's all. Even though this thing appears to be extremely short, now, yeah, this one slipped by. The next one, we did a follow-up because Blue Kool-Aid, our brother Mark Wages World, he took some stills of this and he played with it. And so this one, as you see, it has the Wikipedia. So you're on the right track. When you get those Wikipedia ones coming up, reptilian humanoids, AI is so stupid in some ways, aren't they? Because when they do this, they're acknowledging, hey, you're onto something. Hey, we better do a correction to give everybody the official version.
Yeah, just like they do on Facebook and Twitter, they always put a little thing at the bottom saying, well, this information might not be relevant.
Yeah. So, this one's up on Evolutionary Energy Arts as well. Update to Vatican. And interesting, too, because here we see when you go into this dark figure that's walking down the Vatican, or actually it wasn't the Vatican, I forget where it was. Or was it the Vatican? It was over a year ago, so I'm forgetting now exactly where it was. But I got all the links there. Hopefully they're still working, guys. You can see what appears to be another being right here. And what's your take on that?
Well, it's very, very dark demonic. I do not like that being at all in any way. It's just, I can't say enough yuck about it.
Exactly. Yuck. Now, I wanted to share with you guys some other yuck stuff. And you guys know who this is, right? We all know who this is. And some people have called question to what's going on. It looks like there's some issues of some sort. Is she okay? Is there anything going on?
I don't know. What's that weirdness with the skin there? It's kind of strange. Yeah, there we go. Like move that in. Is her mask falling? I don't know.
It does remind me of Men in Black. Wasn't it Men in Black? Yeah. Remember when that it just didn't seem to fit right anymore? So we see this one, and this looks a little Frankensteinish. Really, it looks like there's almost stitches there. I don't know what's going on.
I don't know if she's ever had any surgeries or anything to do. And, if there's something traumatic involved, we're not trying to make fun. We're just pointing out that a lot of these figureheads, puppets, can't seem to hold their form. And then we especially look at the lips. I mean, something's going on funny in the mouth.
Yeah, and I don't know, maybe somebody CGI'd things in. I mean, her mouth looks really weird.
Yeah.
As well as these stitches or whatever it is. It's just that if it only happened once, you would say, yeah, that's just somebody playing games. But when you get like multiple shots, many, in the case of JB, tons. There are so many different photos showing what appears to be almost different people.
Mm-hmm.
It's really curious. Then we have this. And basically, they're saying, what's that dark figure in the background? What do you guys think? Do you think it's Photoshop? Or is it an infernal visitor from hell that's come to visit Congress?
Mm-hmm.
And we're talking about this, not necessarily the people sleeping and snoring in the middle of the speech, but this apparently wraith-like being that's sitting there or standing there. Very curious. I mean, if you look at the people over here, I don't think these people are sitting. They look like they're standing in the back,
Well, we
right?
know that guy is. That guy to the right.
This guy is standing. Yeah, he's standing too.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, how tall is the door? The angle that we're getting shot. Some people have said it looks like they're just kind of floating in the air, or maybe it's just their feet down here in the darkness.
Mm-hmm.
Is it just simply a lady in mourning, and that's why she wore all black to Congress? Maybe I don't know.
He's kind of tall.
Well, if this person's standing and that person's standing,
Mm-hmm.
to me that looks like that would be about 8 foot tall.
Just pretty tall.
Is it really just maybe it's one of the tall grays? It just
They just cloaked themselves.
It's curious to say the least. I don't know, and I am open to suggestions from you guys. The one thing that we know that the pyramid here, at the top of the pyramid, there's not humans running the show.
No.
That's what we know, and that's because of all the experiences that we've had. As I've shared with you guys, December 2017, I woke up to a tall gray standing straight over me, and it was surprised, to say the least, that I was able to wake up when it was doing its dirty work, which was basically trying to create an energetic leak in my lower dantian. That's a storehouse of chi, vitality, life force. So, yeah, this certainly looks like a very large Grim Reaper type of being.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it does, and it has a horrible vibe too. When Mike showed me the picture, my whole body just sort of got this shaking shiver, like cold, sweaty type feeling. It was horrible.
Yeah, so I just thought I would share it with you guys. I'll give you the links to the other videos. Tell us what you guys think. What do you feel? Do you get any energy off of it? Does it feel dark and negative to you? Does it feel like nothing? Do you think it's just photoshopped? Let us know your opinion.
Indeed.
As always, guys, thanks for being part of the family. Make sure you are subscribed both channels. And if you need to make an appointment, evolutionaryenergyarts@gmail.com or EEARTS@protonmail.com. God bless and namaste.
God bless and namaste.